Hey guys, what's up? It's Monkey. I'm back for another video. In today's video, we will be continuing the what if that started it all. What if Goten was in the future? Today is also Christmas, so Merry Christmas to anyone who is celebrating it today. This what if now is a personal favourite of mine because it's my first one, and yeah. We will be diving into quite a few interesting things for the future of this what if, but before we get into it, make sure you drop a like down below and subscribe, as it would be greatly appreciated. Also make sure you have post notifications on so you don't miss an upload, and go follow my Instagram where I will be eventually posting art for my Instagram. And with all that said, let's get right into it. So as the bright light shines, from it emerges a fighter with a power greater than anything ever seen. He's a Patara fusion, and not just any fusion of any two fighters. No, he is Trunkten, the Patara fusion of Goten and Trunks. And his energy is immense. He clearly outclasses anyone who we have ever seen before. His energy is spectacular. He is even stronger than Goku, and of course Babidi. Now, Babidi isn't too fazed by this, and yep, he immediately cackles and then goes in for an attack, but as he flies in for an attack, he's sent hurtling away, flying off, and yeah, bad action by you, Babidi. He was thinking that this was just a fluke, you know, there was no possible way that, you know, Trunkten could actually have just flicked him away like that, but so he then tries again, but the fusion silently looks up and smiles. Boo tries to attack him, but he sends him flying back again. You should quit while you're at it, Boo. We're a fusion and there's no possible way you could ever hope to win against us. Babidi looks at him, confused, and they begin to fight, with Trunkten clearly being the stronger one. Babidi, however, is not letting up. The nature of Babidi inside of him is giving him a sort of superiority complex, refusing to believe that he could ever possibly be defeated. He was Majin Buu. He then attempted to use his magic, which at first did sort of throw the fighter off, but he decided to put on a show, powering up to Super Saiyan. This is Super Trunkten. Babidi no longer stands a chance, not that he did before when he was in base form. He helplessly tries to attack again and again, trying to use his magic, but it's meaningless. He is no match for the likes of Trunkten. As a sort of last-ditch effort, he tries to fly into the sky and blow up the planet with a blast, but Trunkten is having none of it. He retaliates with a Gallic gun, and the beam clashes with the blast, and as the purple and blue swirling energy beam flies towards Babidi, he has his entire body engulfed by this blast, absolutely destroying it in an instant. Babidi screams as he is destroyed completely, not a single piece of him left to regenerate from. It's over. Trunkten powers down from Super Saiyan, and while helping everyone and wishing all the countless people killed by him, he suddenly defuses. This would have been after about an hour, and everyone is very happy to be reunited. They couldn't believe how long it had been since the androids, and, you know, now Majin Buu, and how many, you know, threats they had had to deal with, and now they had finally gotten peace. It was crazy to think about how much everyone had grown, and Goku watched from the afterlife with a smile on his face. He was happy that Earth had been left in safe hands. He then decided, however, to have a spar because somebody had been wanting to have a spar with him. Yes, it was Pikkon, one of the fighters of the afterlife that he had befriended. He immediately powered up to Super Saiyan 3 and the two fought. During their fight, however, Goku went into his newly achieved state. He recently had his tail given back to him, and this led to Goku achieving Super Saiyan form. This form was far too much for Pikkon, and in an instant, he was defeated. Vegeta had also been working towards the power of Super Saiyan 4, and with this form, Goku has easily just defeated Pikkon, and he then goes off to train some more. Back on Earth, things return to peace, and Gohan decides to have some much-needed alone time. And after talking to his dad, you know, through King Kai and all that, he decides to go to space, where he decides to go to Yardrat. This allows him to truly grasp the power of Super Saiyan 3 as he grows quite a bit in strength. Also growing in the mind, however, because he had been tormented so much by all of his past failures. He also learns instant transmission and a couple of other Yardratian techniques. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Bulma and Vegeta continue to get closer as Goten and Trunks keep up with their training. Now, I am trying to think of a potential love interest for Goten, but I can't. I can't really think of anything or seem to find anybody so far. Nobody's really come to mind that I could pair Goten up with. So, if you guys could help me out and comment someone down below, maybe you know someone who I haven't thought of yet in the Dragon Ball universe. It could be a character we haven't met yet, you know, that we haven't, wouldn't be in the story yet, or we will meet in the future. It's completely up to you guys, so comment it down below. I would really appreciate that. But things continue on Earth as, you know, it's peaceful now. Vegeta continues his Super Saiyan 4 training, eventually unlocking it with help from Bulma. He now has achieved the form, and he knew this was clearly much better than Super Saiyan 3, and he often enjoys training with Mystic or Ultimate Trunks. However, the 4 years of peace are about to be interrupted because we see a certain cat, a certain destroyer cat, wake up from his nap. Only a nap of about 30 or 40 years, and he asks of a Super Saiyan God, to which he had dreamt of it. His angel attendant, Whis, informs him of the Super Saiyan God and all the Saiyans currently alive. He is quite intrigued to learn about the existence of multiple Saiyans, and first he decides to head to Yardrat. Now, Gohan had actually been planning to leave very soon because it was Bulma's birthday party, where she had a big announcement to make, and he also, you know, he didn't want to miss that. He also did miss Videl, you know, he had been talking to her, you know, he had been contacting her every now and then. However, just as he was about to leave, it's like fate had interrupted him and given him a sort of final test. He is greeted by Lord Beerus. He immediately realizes how powerful he is and is then questioned about the Super Saiyan God. Of course, Paibara, who has been training Gohan, tells Gohan that he's in for the fight of his life. Gohan fights against Beerus in Super Saiyan 3, and he does use his Yardratian techniques, such as making clones of himself and making himself appear bigger. This, however, does not faze Beerus, who just swats him away like a fly. They continue to fight, and Gohan is struggling. He's able to land a couple of hits, but similarly to how Super Saiyan 3 Goku was defeated in canon, he is defeated and decides to, you know, just quit while he's at it as Beerus knocks him to the ground, creating a crater. Gohan gets up and Beerus is quite impressed with his power. He asks Gohan if he knows anyone else who is quite powerful, and he tells him of his father. Beerus is quite interested to hear about a Saiyan who kept his body in Otherworld, so he then heads to Otherworld, very intrigued to hear of this Saiyan. He then meets up with Goku, and Goku is shocked. He can't even sense Beerus' energy. The two fight with Goku going to Super Saiyan 4, and Beerus is shocked to see how powerful Goku is. Now, Goku is way stronger than the original because he's been training non-stop in the Otherworld. You know, he doesn't need to sleep, he doesn't need to eat, he's dead. And, you know, he doesn't really have any of those, you know, things that would normally hold you back were you in the living world. So yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Goku fights Beerus, and it's a pretty intense fight, much more than Gohan v Beerus, and Beerus is shocked to see how powerful Goku is. Now, Goku is way stronger than the original because he has been training non-stop, and Beerus is impressed. After that, Whis tells Beerus of Earth, and so does Goku, and Beerus then goes on to continue his search of the Super Saiyan God. Beerus arrives on Earth, and everything kind of goes the same as the original, but of course, Goten and Trunks are there. And he eventually fights Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, who is enraged after Beerus slaps Bulma. This also actually causes Trunks to become enraged too, because, you know, his mother was just attacked by Beerus, and so he flies in with Mystic trying to fight Beerus. These two are actually able to put a pretty good fight up against, you know, with Beerus, and they're actually even able to reach the original level of Super Saiyan God Goku, pushing Beerus slightly to, you know, 30-40% of his power. You know, Beerus is shocked, and he never would have imagined anybody could make him go to this length of power. However, Beerus then easily just, you know, slaps them both away with a flick of his finger, and he's then attacked by Goten, Piccolo, and Android 16, who all try to fight Beerus. They are all defeated, and they all are, you know, screwed essentially because they can't really do anything, to which they all ask Shenron, who reveals the Super Saiyan God ritual, and how they, need 6 Saiyans, but they only have 3 Saiyans and are missing 3 others. Just then, Gohan arrives in his Yardratian clothes, and Videl is extremely happy to see him. Whis then comes back with Goku, who is, now alive. He's just been revived, I know. It's no biggie. It's not like Goku's been dead for 10 plus years. And they realize that they're still missing 1 Saiyan. To which Bulma makes her big announcement. She's pregnant! This time, instead of Videl, Bulma, of course, is pregnant. She has a baby girl. They performed the god ritual on actually Goku, funnily enough, even though he actually declines and says he really doesn't want the offer. He instead insists on Goten or Gohan, who both would be perfect fits. But Beerus, confirms that Goku is currently the strongest out of everyone here. So yeah, Goku gets the god ritual done on him. Not that shocking. From there, Goku and Beerus fight, just like in the original, with Goku pushing Beerus actually a bit more because he is stronger than in the original. Goku, however, hates the, power of the gods even more, like a lot more. Like, he doesn't want to touch it at all, because it isn't really his own strength. He doesn't like this whole, don't leak ki out of his body, and he decides he's going to continue to pursue the power of Super Saiyan 4 and the Super Saiyan forms, and because he doesn't really click with the whole god forms, and he really prefers to get his own strength. And, he doesn't like this whole ritual idea. Goku says he will always train on his own and get stronger without the power of the gods, and then challenge Beerus again one day. Needless to say, the fight ends with Goku saving the Earth, just like in the original, and everything basically going the same, with a few minor differences. Goku, now revived, finally reunites with Chi-Chi, which has been long awaited, and Goten as well as Gohan. They are now a happy family. Goku continues training with Vegeta. However, Trunks and Goten want to actually do the opposite of Goku and pursue a new power. They basically beg Whis to train them, and after a few failed cooking attempts, Whis agrees with the 2 boys to go and train with them. They go to Beerus' planet and they begin to train with Whis, and they start to achieve the power of the gods. Meanwhile, Gohan and Videl has a relationship that develops, and eventually Gohan gets married with her. Now, a couple of months have passed and Goku and Vegeta have continued their training, really perfecting the power of Super Saiyan 4, achieving full power Super Saiyan 4, and eventually, as you would guess, Frieza is revived, and he begins training. But I think we should leave off for that part and leave all of the resurrection of F for the next part. So what did you guys think of this part? Did you enjoy it? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think will happen next? Make sure you drop a like down below, as I really do appreciate it. Again, Merry Christmas to everyone celebrating. I really do hope you all have a great day. Subscribe and turn notifications on so you never miss an upload. And with all that being said, I'll see you all in the next video. Laters.